Remember this, cause we're doing it! Okay, here's the rundown. Our story opens in Gotham's sister city, Jackknife Edgetown. We then see the beginnings of one of the saddest gangbangs in history between a pregnant woman, drugged out homeless men, and Zangief's retarded cousin. But then the Popo shows up to help and leaves, because even the bad guys pay their taxes. But thankfully Hellrider's brother, Inferno Cop, shows up. The bad guys start flying and the cop kills them all, even the other guy. Miss Preg says she's thankful and then shoots out so much love nectar that you can fill a pool. He manages to find the baby and figures out his father is part of the Southern Cross, which is basically Joker's street gang. I'm starting to see a pattern here. Backstory time! Inferno Cop lost his family to the Southern Cross and swore revenge. He has no idea who though. Forward we go! The baby then drags him under the love nectar and then transforms. This is why I hate kids. They fight a little, the cop fires, the monster repels the bullet, the cop does too, and kills the monster. We then meet the White Green Lantern, Mr. Judge, who then arrests Inferno Cop. Inferno Cop then goes to court and somehow wins the first 2 trials, and now goes to Supreme Court. Time to get this Phoenix Wright trial underway. The death penalty goes back and forth and the cop kills the judge. Turns out that Mr. Judge is actually the real Chief Justice, apparently, and the cop is sentenced to 1 year and 3 months in jail, though on the way the car goes down a hill. We then meet the 3 demonic stooges, Altair, Deneb, and Vega. We learn that Inferno Cop is being treated from his accident, and they plan on turning him into a gang member in hopes that he will kill himself. That's some dark shit. And to make sure their plan falls through, they hire the FBI. Inferno Cop then wakes up and the surgeon gets to work. I think he got his license by playing Surgeon Simulator. Having enough of this shit, Inferno Cop runs out and kills the FBI and the nurse. He then jumps out a window and lands on the street. But it seems like old faces are coming back to haunt him. It turns out that 80 years have passed and the whole town is now Raccoon City. We then go live to April O'Neil, who for some reason is not running away from the zombies. She tells us that a large swarm of zombies will be coming by the weekend. Inferno Cop is about to become zombie food but is saved by Mecha Cop, who was created to kill him. He tries and fails. And then Inferno Cop then transforms into a car. We find out that Inferno Cop now has a cyborg body and has the ability to warp through time! He does so by breaking the 4th wall, but they went too far back as they are now in Monster Hunter time, so apparently 65 million years in the past. He backs up and soon encounters future Godzilla opponents. He tries to run away but the bearded Jawas catch them in a trap. He wakes up and the two find themselves being cooked alive, which shouldn't hurt them because their fucking heads are made of fire! They then are released because apparently the Jawa knockouts think they are gods, and they feed them. Everything looks so good, but who the fuck put the cat there? Everything seems to be going good, but then God literally kills the little guys. Not the kitty! So apparently because they claim to be gods, the real God is gonna punish them, and he sends them to hell. Once in hell, Inferno Cop then meets a familiar face, Auntie Grinda, who apparently came to hell to find her husband. With nothing better to do, they agree to help and Auntie just leaves. They quickly find them and okay, is he an extra or is the drawing staff really this lazy? The cop then asks if there's a way out of hell, and apparently there is. A painfully easy one. They're about to leave, but Mecha Cop decides to stay, and Inferno Cop is like, okay bye! Back in the real world, a boy is being picked on because of his shoes. Thankfully, the bullies leave, and then Inferno Cop sets the kid on fire.
Okay.
But somehow, the kid becomes head of Fire Boy! They talk for a bit, and after talking about teaming up, Inferno Cop decides to enter the American Racing Grand Prix in order to win 1 million yen and try to take over the world. We then cut to the starting point as April tells us who is racing. Number 1 is Inferno Cop, number 2 is Mr. Judge, who somehow is not dead, and numbers 3 through 12 no one gives a shit about. Holy shit, is that Optimus? The race starts and already the baby dies. Things seem to be looking well, but apparently Mr. Judge got in front of him. Thinking they are gonna lose, Hellfire Boy tells Inferno Cop to use him as fuel to win the race. He says no at first, but then gives in, and the kid melts faster than the witch from Oz. Now with the extra power, the cop and Judge are neck and neck. Can Inferno Cop do it? Nope. The Hellfire Boy's sacrifice wasn't totally in vain because Inferno Cop gets 1 million yen too. I guess everybody wins. Though still a little depressed about Hellfire Boy's sacrifice, Inferno Cop remembers his last request to be buried in Egypt. He then takes a worldwide cruise and conveniently ends up in Egypt. He gets a little hungry, but thankfully he runs into a baker selling Egypt no pan! He looks at them, Egypt no pan! And finds one that looks like Hellfire Boy, and then eats him. This guy has issues. Now full, he's ready to take on the pyramid. After a quick Mario game, he runs into the Pharaoh's tomb. This causes the Pharaoh to wake up from his 15 hours of eternal sleep, which is apparently a big no-no. The two fight and the cop gets his ass kicked. He then powers up by summoning the souls of the 7 humans that he killed to destroy the barrier and oh shit, wrong story! Anyway, the 7 flames become 1 flame and it kills the guy. After claiming victory, Inferno Cop then slips inside the coffin and waits for another challenger. But it ends early when he gets a call from the chief and rushes to ICPD headquarters. When he arrives, he finds HQ being attacked by a giant alien head. It even kills an April. With most of the city destroyed, some random guys come and take Inferno Cop away. They do some weird magical ritual and it turns out that
you know what? I really don't know.
Apparently these guys want a 3rd destroy finale, and it's said to destroy all life on the planet, but to be honest, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Well, whatever happened, it caused him to lose his fire and create clones of himself. Turns out the world is now filled with Inferno Cops because, you're not gonna believe this. The pregnant woman from the first episode was actually a bad guy named Claudia, who has the power to change the world. She fell in love with him after he saved her life and decided to make a world filled with Inferno Cops. Because humans suck? And now they can live together forever. Inferno Cop seems on board, but then he literally shoots what looks like Mountain Dew from his mouth. And the Ichidonoban, shaped like Hellfire Boy, shows up, telling him not to give up.
What?
He then eats the Hellfire Noban and gets his flame back. He then releases his energy to become Glitter Inferno Cop. And with the power of God, everyone turns back to normal. They have a very weird fight scene as everyone cheers him on. Claudia then throws her whole body at Inferno Cop but is stopped by Mecha Cop and Auntie. He then proceeds to tell the bitch off and his hand becomes larger. He manages to finish her off and the light covers the sky. Now alive, Hellfire Boy then finds the cop's badge and everyone assumes he's dead. Cut to years later and we find that puberty hit this kid like a truck. He rambles on for a bit and we get to see the cop from hell one last time. Final analysis?
Whatever drugs these guys are on, I need some.
Okay guys, that's all for now. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.
See ya!
Game set!
He turns into so gun, god damn it. Fucking little cow.